They look untouchable, beautiful, confident, the woman everyone admires and silently envies. She's the one with the thriving career, the calm, measured voice, and an effortless grace that seems to follow her like a shadow. When she says, "I'm fine," with that steady smile, everyone believes her without a second thought. It's easier that way. But here's the forbidden truth. Strong women are often the loneliest in love. They are the emotional epicenters of their worlds, the pillars that everyone else leans on. Because when you are the one who always holds it together, when your default setting is competence, no one ever asks if you're falling apart. It's an unspoken assumption that you don't need checking on. No one checks on the woman who never breaks, forgetting that even the most resilient steel can bend under pressure. You've been the rock for so long, the steady hand in every storm, that you've forgotten what it feels like to be held. You've mastered the art of self-soothing, of being your own emotional support system, to the point where allowing someone else in feels like a foreign language. And that as the secret no one talks about, strength doesn't protect you in love. It isolates you. It becomes a fortress so high that no one bothers to see if the person inside is lonely. I once met a woman named Claire. To the outside world, she was a force of nature. A high-powered CEO with a mind as sharp as glass and a smile that could disarm a boardroom. People didn't just respect her, they were in awe of her. But one rainy night, over a quiet dinner, the mask slipped. She said something that cut through the noise and hit me with its raw honesty. "I'm so tired of being the strong one. Everyone depends on me for everything, but I don't know who I can depend on." That wasn't a confession of weakness. That was a declaration of truth. And it's a silent truth that far too many women are living with, trapped behind the very image of strength they worked so hard to build. Society rewards women for being independent, composed, and unshakable. We are celebrated for our resilience, our ability to juggle 1,000 responsibilities without dropping a single one. But love doesn't operate like a business transaction or a quarterly review. The qualities that make a woman a leader in the professional world can become her undoing in her personal one. In the world's eyes, she is powerful, a testament to what a woman can achieve. But in love, that same power often turns into a punishment. Because when a woman doesn't need saving, most men stop trying to protect her. They see her self-sufficiency and mistake it for emotional immunity. They assume that because she can handle her own finances, her own career, and her own life, she can also handle the entire emotional weight of a relationship. And soon, inevitably, she finds herself carrying the partnership completely alone. Here's the truth nobody wants to admit, the one whispered in quiet moments of doubt. Strong women don't just attract weak men. That's too simple, too easy of a conclusion. They attract men who hide behind their strength. They attract men who crave her stability because they have never taken the time to build their own. They attract men who adore her fierce independence because it conveniently keeps them from having to get too close, too vulnerable, too accountable. These are the men who say, "I love how strong you are," but what they secretly mean is, "Good. That means I don't have to show up for you emotionally." You've got it covered. Every time she forgives his emotional absence, every time she says, "It's okay. I understand you're busy," she digs her own loneliness a little deeper. Each act of understanding, each moment she steps up to fill the void he leaves, reinforces the pattern. and slowly her strength morphs into armor. The very same armor that once kept her safe from the world's harshness, that protected her heart and propelled her forward, now becomes the thing that keeps real, reciprocal love out. Because no one can truly love you if they can't reach you. No one can connect with the core of who you are if they are only ever presented with an impenetrable wall. And no one can reach you if you never, ever let your guard down. You've learned to be so self-contained that you've forgotten how to be held, how to receive, how to simply be. The strength that was once a source of pride has become a cage. There comes a moment of reckoning for every strong woman, a quiet, devastating epiphany. It's the moment she looks across the dinner table, or at the empty space beside her in bed, and realizes she's not in a partnership. She's in a position of caretaking. She has become the relationship's project manager, its emotional support hotline, and its sole visionary. She's the one who plans the dates to keep the spark alive, the one who initiates the difficult conversations, the one who soothes the tension after every argument, and the one who holds all the emotional weight of two people. And when she finally breaks, because everyone eventually breaks, the silence that follows is deafening. The people who leaned on her, who admired her strength, are suddenly nowhere to be found. They are confused, uncomfortable. Her breaking doesn't fit the narrative they've created for her. People assume that strength is an infinite, renewable resource. They forget that even iron rusts when left out in the rain. They forget that even the strongest tree will crack and fall under the pressure of enough storms. So, she does what she's always done. She learns to smile again, to rebuild her world, to say, "I'm fine," and mean it just enough to get through the day. But this time, it's different. It's not strength that fuels her. It's survival. She might call the quiet peace she builds for herself love or contentment, but deep down, in the places she doesn't speak of, she knows it's self-preservation disguised as peace. It's as the quiet resignation of someone who has learned that depending on others is a risk she can no longer afford. If you're a strong woman watching this, and these words feel like they were pulled from your own silent thoughts, I see you. I see the weight you carry and the grace with which you carry it. You don't have to apologize for being powerful. You don't have to diminish your light to make someone else comfortable. But you also don't have to carry it all alone. That is not a requirement of your strength. The right love, the love that is meant for you, doesn't need your strength to survive. It isn't drawn to you because you can handle everything on your own. It is drawn to your essence. It needs your softness to breathe. It thrives not in your invincibility, but in your vulnerability. It is a partnership, not a dependent relationship. Because real love doesn't want the unbreakable, polished, perfect version of you. It wants the real one. The one that cries after a long day, the one that doubts her own decisions, the one that is terrified of getting her heart broken again, and the one that, despite all of that, still chooses to love again. Maybe the bravest, most powerful thing you can do now is to finally carefully take the armor off. Let someone see you. Not the version that's always okay, but the one who is still healing from past wounds, still hoping for a love that feels like home, and still beautifully, imperfectly human. The right person won't run from your cracks. They'll see them as the places where the light gets in. If this truth hit you somewhere deep, you're my kind of people. Subscribe. This space is for you. We're just getting started.